When she hit me hard enough that I thought, God, that took out the axle. Because I hit the car in front of me, too. And when I realized, okay, I still got the axle, I can go to the game. I'm like, I can still show up.
I still got the axle. Let's go to the game.
Yeah.
Is a generational statement.
Good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is by you. Welcome back to the Underqualified Knuckleheads Sports Podcast, Ball State's premier sports podcast. I'm your co-host, as always, Daniel Keene. Joined alongside me is Andy Newman. How you doing today, Andy?
By the way, Zach, we did claim that title. No one else can claim that title. It's ours. So thanks for laughing about our premier sports podcasting title. We did it first.
We did it first. You know, it was kind of like, yeah. Andy, how you doing?
Great. I'm doing great. I'm doing even better because the man, the myth, the legend, the now assistant sports editor for the Daily News, Zach Carter, is in the studio. Our first guest for season 4. Clap, everybody clap. Everybody clap. Zach.
Thank you for having me. Not sure why I'm such a great guest, but thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, you're the first guest.
Yeah.
First guest makes you the guest.
Okay, first guest.
Like
big
we were
deal.
the first ones to say premier sports podcast at Ball State University.
And you're the first guest.
And we are Ball State's premier sports podcast.
I would agree.
Because guess what? Nobody has said otherwise.
Yeah,
That's true. No one said it.
No one's watching Sideline Watchers anyway, so.
Oh.
Actually, listening to Sideline Watchers.
That's
Zach Carter
that's true.
had a semester-long podcast called Silent Watchers. It was a good listen.
was it?
It was a good listen.
It was pretty much like your guys' show. Just talk a lot of trash about NFL, all the sports.
Yeah, we're pretty good at that, talking trash. We'll talk a little bit today, but
We'll talk a little bit
let's
of trash.
start with the heap atop of the trash pile, which is the Indianapolis Colts.
Whoa.
They won this weekend.
Well,
though.
yeah.
They did win.
How would you say we're the Heat?
Right after a man's a Lions fan. How can you
No,
say that,
I
man?
like riling you guys up.
Oh,
okay.
You guys. What's your record this year, by the way? It's 4-1.
4-1, baby.
There we go.
Yeah.
Atop
what?
the NFC North.
Is that the first
The
time?
Lions won again.
Is that the
I
first
have-
time in history?
I
there?
tweet. Okay, wait.
I don't know.
Wait, let me. Okay, start talking Colts, but let me pull up my Twitter because I tweeted some things after the Panthers' victory.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. After the Panthers' victory. Oh, the victory
over
over.
the-
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Now I understand your thoughts. Well, obviously, Zach. Well, let's before we get into the Colts, can we talk a little bit about Zach? Who's
Let's
the
talk
guy
about
that's in
Zach,
the
yeah.
studio? Why
So-
is he here? What is he? What's he doing? Why is he here?
I will correct you a little
he?
bit. Zach's the associate sports
Associate.
editor
Oh.
over at
Get
the
the
Ball.
title right.
Over at the
Oh.
Ball State Daily News. Zach's
Oh.
a sophomore. I met him last year when he started writing for my section when I was a sports editor. Zach is the hardest working guy I know in Delaware County.
Wow.
He's on coverage like it's nobody's business. I try to tell him to take a break. He won't. That's
don't
all
do
right
that.
though. But Zach is one of the hardest working guys I know. But right now he does a lot of Delaware County sports coverage. So where are you from?
The great Delaware County.
Of course you are.
So Delta High School. How'd you get into sports journalism?
So I had a really good teacher at Delta, Tim Cleland, who is also a great tennis coach at Delta as well. Legendary journalism teacher. Used to work for the Muncie Star when it was a night paper and a day paper, but of course all the changes they had. He really got me into journalism.
Get the mic closer to your face.
I'm
What do
sorry.
Well, you had to be. I was trying to be nice about it. I was
no.
trying to,
How
no.
close do you want it to get?
That,
So
oh
look-
God,
look-
now it's way too close.
look how we're holding the mic right here.
Yeah.
Like this. Like
And
this.
you just want
there we go.
Is it good now?
It's good now.
Yeah.
Wow.
You were sulking
talking
back.
about-
They
you-
invite me on a podcast and get interrupted in my background. It's my backstory.
Hey.
We just want to make sure that people can hear you, man.
Anyway, I went to Delta, learned a lot there. I knew probably by sophomore year of high school wasn't going to play professional sports. Definitely too small for football, too short for basketball. Get really scared when the line drive gets hit towards me. So I was like, yeah, not doing that in the future at all. And writing was, I always thought that was interesting for sports. So yeah, it's kind of started there.
Yeah, I think that's how we all started. I think we all played some sort of sport and then realized we couldn't cut it.
That was me with golf. Yeah, I don't hit it far enough for that.
I will say I do play
great football, baby.
I do play golf with Zach on occasion, which by the way we need to get back
We need to
out
play
to the
a game,
links.
yeah.
But Zach doesn't hit it the farthest, but Zach hits one of the straightest drives I've
It's
ever
straight
seen in
as
my
an
life.
Really?
arrow.
He just hits it where it needs to go.
My drives go about 200 yards flat, but they are straight. I
Always
don't
straight.
draw them, don't do anything to 'em.
Always straight. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Interesting. I could not hit a golf ball maybe more than 20 yards. I don't even think I could hit a golf ball.
We got to get you golfing.
Yeah.
I used to be very good. I don't know if I've talked about
What's
it on
very
this podcast.
good?
You've mentioned it before, but I want
have
you
a
to.
first place golf tournament trophy.
Oh,
I have a
yes.
lot of those.
No, you remember we
well.
posted the picture about it after
Yes.
too.
Yes. Okay. Now I remember. We've definitely talked about it on this podcast. That's a deep cut that
a
I
deep
almost
cut.
forgot about.
Yeah. You know it's a real deep cut when you forget.
Yeah.
about
Well, Russell Wilson cards. Should I have
trading.
sold
Should you
them?
trade them? Yeah.
Should
I don't know.
We'll never know.
I think we got to stop mentioning that. I don't think people know what the heck we're
What?
talking about.
I don't. I'm a guess. I don't.
Give me Warren Moon.
But yeah. So first year at Ball State, how'd it go for you? I mean, from my perspective, it went pretty darn well.
Yeah, it went really well. My aunt and my mom both went to Ball State, so I kind of knew Ball State pretty well.
W.
What?
What, W.
W.
That was great.
Yeah,
That's
that was W.
That's
A win.
not
A win.
When I
W.
first came to the DN, I think school had been started for like 3 or 4 weeks because it was midweek of high school football when I came in. But yeah, walked into the sports meeting and Dan looks at me and goes, "Do you have a vehicle?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "What do you think about high school football?" I'm like it. He goes, "So what are you doing Friday night? We need someone to go cover." I'm like, "Okay." So I got no shadowing, no nothing. Went to Yorktown High School and probably wrote the worst recap I've ever written in my life.
Fantastic.
From the editor's perspective,
Good.
we needed somebody to cover the game.
It worked. And,
And
it
I
worked.
got
stepped up.
I
was-
don't know if I stepped up. I was just, well, we don't really have much. That's all we got.
It
Have
was
fun.
it was not the worst story I'd ever been sent as a sports editor.
Fantastic.
There are stories
That's
that
good news.
There are stories that I was sent as a sports editor that I just couldn't publish. There were stories that I had to write half the story and then put my byline on the story as well.
Fantastic.
So Zach started off pretty well.
Good.
It didn't completely suck. That's great.
You know what? That's half the battle.
Zach also is the type of guy. He called me one Friday night, and he goes, "Hey, I'm gonna be a little late to the game," and I said, "Okay, all good." And he goes, "I got into a car accident. I'll just be a little late. Like I'll show up halfway through and like I'll probably be there by the end of the first quarter." And I said, "Hey, don't worry about the game, man. Don't go to the game. We'll figure something out. Focus on the car."
Well, yeah. It was just a little rear-ending. It just totaled the vehicle.
It's just
no
a-
big deal.
What? It was just a little rear-ending and totaled the vehicle.
He totals his car, and then he's like, "I'll still make it by the end of the first quarter." And I was like, "Stop, man! Don't
Well,
worry about the first quarter."
so I wrecked it, or I didn't wreck. I got rear-ended, and it didn't total it at the time. I still drove it for like at least 6 months until insurance actually got their crap together. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was drivable, but it was the first when
It
it
was
happened.
drivable.
When it happened, when she hit me hard enough that I thought, God, that took out the axle because I hit the car in front of me too. And when I realized, okay, I still got the axle, I can go to the game. I'm like, I can still show up.
I still got the axle. Let's go to the game.
Yeah.
Is a generational statement from the associate sports editor of the Daily News.
Hey, you don't quit. If you want to get
No.
better at this, you got to keep going.
You know what?
One of the things
Wise words.
one of the things we always say to new reporters when they come in is writing is all about reps. The more you write, the better you'll get. And Zach really took that to heart. He wrote a crap ton of stories his freshman year.
There we go.
And then this year he's transitioning into the associate sports editor role. How do you feel about all that?
Yeah, so when it comes to just writing a lot, I mean, at high school, I think in my last year, it was normal for like kids to maybe write 6 or 7 stories like the whole year in high school. I think I wrote 15 or like at least 13 or something. So yeah, that was kind of the goal, was to get better. I mean, that's why we're here. Want to get better, what we're going to do in our futures. And, this year, started the year out as just, reporter, kind of took the high school role, you should say. And then, got asked, hey, we have some changes. You want to take the associate role? I'm like, well, I'm getting asked to do a lot. So
One of those changes, by the way, officially.
Yes.
Daniel
Big news.
King. Yeah.
Big
Did
news.
we mention this
I
last
think
week?
we may
don't,
have.
We don't have to.
No,
It's all
we're
right.
and mention it again.
Well, I think we
sure
may
it's
have
mentioned.
mentioned that you were interim, but he is officially
He's officially the man.
the editor-in-chief of the Daily News.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you
Yes.
guys. It's
So how have you transitioned into that?
Yeah,
role?
whoa, we're flipping it.
yeah,
we're flipping. We're
flipping a
flipping
little bit.
things.
I think the first week was pretty scary, and just in that I wasn't given a lot. I was like, hey, you got to do all this now. So the first week wasn't great, and then the second week we really hit our stride. That was our mental health issue paper. That was just.
Let me talk about Dan here for a minute.
Okay.
So this will describe the kind of person Dan is.
Okay.
So the first week I get named associate. Was it Western Michigan that you guys went to?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Went to Western Michigan, and it took Poe, who was the associate sports editor at the time, who I replaced, and then it also took Kyle, who was the sports guy. They're all covering football.
Guy.
Yeah, sports guy. They're covering football. He's taking great photos. And I'm at home thinking, man, I got the article up. How the heck do I put photos in the CEO? Could not get it to work for 3 hours. I'm freaking out like, man, new position. I'm going to lose it after 3 days of getting the role. But, send the photos to Dan. We got it all good and running. So Dan saved me from a car driving back to Indiana. So, yeah, that's Daniel Keene, the legend.
You do what you got to do, and I think that's a good thing to remember in the position I now have. Is like, yeah, there's a lot of times where I'm just gonna do stuff that wasn't entirely in the job description, but it's. I mean, I think
I've found that out as well.
I think one of the big things about being the editor-in-chief or the editorial lead of a paper is, I mean, your full-time job is to care about this paper, to care about every aspect of it. So that's what we do. I mean, my job is to care a whole heck of a ton about the paper, and then
a whole heck of a ton.
And also, I'm the caretaker of this paper for the next year at least until the next person comes along. I mean, this paper's really old and it's got a lot of legacy. So our
100 years.
Our whole job is making sure that we're set up for the next 100 years.
I think that there was like 3 years of 100-year celebrations. I feel like.
Well, our freshman year,
yes,
our freshman year was like the 100 year.
Yeah, and then last year was also.
So last year wasn't the 100 year, but the actual 100th year was like the celebration. They couldn't do it until October or something. So like we had it in October.
Knows.
After that, we stopped talking about it.
Yeah.
But now, like when I mention stuff, I say over 100 years.
Yeah,
I mean, we've been doing this for
it is over
100
years. Yeah.
Because
but yeah, the first week was a little tough, but I think we finally hit our stride, and we're starting to work all around. And there's still some stuff we got to fix, but I feel like if there's not stuff you're looking to fix, then you're not actively improving. So
if you're not moving forward, then where are you moving?
Yeah.
And last night's print night was awesome.
Was it?
Sports got done at 7:30.
We're really trying to harp on making print night as less stressful as possible. If our designers are happy and we're happy and our editors are happy, we publish a good paper. I think when we give ourselves the time to do great things, we're able to do great things.
Also, I'm just going to throw this out there. Since I've gotten that new Joey Votto jersey, print night has been pretty good.
So you know what I wear every print night? I wear the double XL Matthew Stafford hoodie.
I think our jerseys are kind of,
Wait, what was your jersey?
It's a City Edition Joey Votto Cincinnati Reds jersey. Got it for my birthday.
Yep. So you're wearing that every print night?
Every print night.
Every print night. Okay.
Yep. That's my thing.
Well, you know what? I don't have like a specific jersey that I wear for any like Newslink event.
But you're producing now.
You're producing.
I am producing now. I do
Look
produce.
At that.
Huh?
Look at that.
I know. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Probably us.
The
weirdest part, Zach. This is the weirdest part of this. So Dan and I are two like higher ups in respective parts of this entire organization.
Yeah.
You would assume, and we started out with sports, obviously. You would assume that we would have met each other within this area. This is where our friendship was built. No. The first time I met Daniel Keene was in English 114.
In applied technology.
Yes.
I sat down.
Don't get it.
I walked into the room and I sat down, and the guy who sat next to me was wearing full Colts gear.
Yep.
Colts hat, Colts hoodie, Colts jersey, Colts pants,
Colts
socks,
Colts
and Colts
shoes.
Converse.
You leaned over. So
Colts Converse, baby.
You a Colts fan?
No, I leaned over and I said, "Bet you got the Colts underwear on," and he goes, "Yup." So it's one of the best neat stories I've ever had. But
wow.
Speaking of the Colts, Zach,
let's talk it.
You're a big Colts fan. You're a big Colts guy.
Yep.
First off, give me a diagnosis on the organization.
By the way,
how are they right now? Give him a full
Zach
MR.
Carter, I'm sorry, is of all the people that I've met in my life, is the most notorious for the worst Colts takes I've ever heard ever.
The worst takes, period.
Period, yeah.
Zach,
but Colts takes are just Crazy.
What does Zach get every single day for lunch? A cheese pizza from
Whoa,
Papa
whoa,
John's.
that has
Whoa.
been changing in the last few
Okay,
weeks.
okay. What
All
does
right.
Zach primarily get for lunch every day? A cheese pizza from Papa John's and a Code Red Mountain
Code
Dew.
Red, baby, all the way. All the
Code
way.
Red.
All the way.
The Code Red.
All the way.
Oh, God.
Crazy. It's just crazy.
But
But yes, he's got some Colts opinions.
Cold Colts. Cold
So
steaks.
give us your cold Colt steaks.
okay, well, I'm gonna.
Where do
let's
you
just
think the franchise is right
Yeah.
now?
After this game
if
here.
you would have asked me this last year, I would have said this franchise is awful. This franchise in a really bad spot. And I think last year had to happen to make change for the future. So I was fine with it, but at the same point, watching it every Sunday was awful.
Terrible. You did not want to do it.
No.
Why would you want to watch?
Exactly. And that's when, seasons like that are hard. Like the Reds went through it last year. I think they didn't win a lot of games. And it was one of the first times in Reds history that I didn't watch, at least one game of every series, which is something I try and do every year. I missed a lot of games. And when you have teams that do that, it's hard. But I think, in the Colts case, it built for what they have now. I think Anthony Richardson is the right guy. Jonathan Taylor getting extended, awesome. You have a lot of players that I don't think any Colts fan expected this year to go the way it is right now.
No, and by the way, I don't think we didn't have the opportunity to even talk about this last week. And by the way, we are staying on Tuesdays. This is just too.
Yes, we had fall break and
weird
week,
weird week,
folks.
Anyway, but we'll be back to our Tuesday schedule soon enough. But
and
no,
by soon enough, we mean next week.
yes, correct.
Yeah.
Literally next week. Sorry, probably a good call to actually say when we were doing that. But anyway, Jonathan Taylor actually getting an extension after what we thought was pretty much an unfixable situation
That's how
in
I saw it,
Indianapolis.
too. That's how I saw it.
We talked about how Irsay had screwed everything up beyond repair. Jonathan Taylor was just done and out of here. And then kind of out of the blue, once he's off that physically unable to perform list, the PUP list there, he comes out and was just like, you know what? I'm here. I'm ready to have this team win a championship, which we did talk about that. Then about 2 days later, we get the notification from Adam Schefter on the ESPN that the man is coming back for 3 years and an extension.
Yeah.
Again, what was your reaction sitting there where you're on your couch just looking at your phone? You go, what? Because that's what I did. I was like, what?
Considering one, I lost a bet because of this.
Oh,
that set in.
So Zach wears a lot of hats
Every single day, you will never not see me in a hat except for these 3 days.
this
That is
entire
true.
week where Zach is not permitted to wear a hat. Show him what you got.
This
Show
is
what you
not
got.
what he normally looks
Yeah.
like.
No.
No one is on the live, so no one saw that. But if anyone goes back and watches the live on our Instagram, then you'll see that.
This is not what he normally looks like. What?
He doesn't normally look like this. It's true. He normally has a hat.
Yes,
That
indeed.
is true.
Okay, so
Which-
either way,
That is
you're
true.
sitting on your couch and
Okay.
you get the notif.
Yeah, so actually, I went to cover Yorktown volleyball versus Burris, and I'm sitting in the Yorktown parking lot. I think I was getting camera settings ready or whatever, and get the update, and I'm like, oh my God. First of all, I'm like, well, I lost the bet. That sucks. But at the same
Who'd
point,
you make this bet with?
Caleb Zuver.
Very good.
The Indiana
guy.
Drive
Very
with
good.
Caleb
Indiana
Zuber
Drive,
and
Caleb
friends.
Zuber.
I was just on that
Yes.
podcast. Very
Zach
great.
was on it.
very great
Andy was on
program.
it last freshman year.
Freshman year,
And
yeah.
I will be on it this coming Saturday.
Yeah,
Hey, yo.
I went fishing with him. You're gonna go golfing. He's starting to get to that on
Oh, I'm so excited.
on
Also,
location.
I'd just like to highlight this as totally off topic, but it is $16 for 9 holes of golf right now. Man, I love fall
and
golf.
Crestview Golf Course, where that
Fall golf.
is a great course.
Love
it. That's
Crestview.
kind of my home course. But yeah, got the update, and like you, I didn't think it was possible. I thought he was
Yeah.
done. I thought 2 weeks, he's gonna come back, play one game, I'm done.
Ship him
and
off.
Get
Yep.
traded. But I think, in my opinion, I think he was like every other Colts fan. No one expected the Colts to be this.
No.
one expected them to have the
Three
team.
wins right now?
3 wins, yeah. And Anthony Richardson, I think, is a big part of that. He's a future guy, and man, him and Taylor on the same offense.
Well, they're not going to be on the same offense for a little while.
Well, for a little
Yes.
while, but in the future, with them together, I mean, that's going to be a great duo.
The reason, obviously, that Anthony Richardson will not be with Jonathan Taylor for the next few weeks has been kind of a concern that I've had, that other Colts fans have had, is that Anthony Richardson is incredibly injury prone.
He has glass for bones.
Yes, that at the moment, yes. So Anthony went down, and what seemed to be kind of a routine tackle, to be completely honest, and suffered a pretty severe AC joint sprain, and he's been placed on IR, so he'll be out a minimum of the next 4 weeks. So that means that it's the Gardner Minshew train in Indianapolis for the next couple of weeks as well. And to celebrate that, I did buy a Gardner Minshew jersey.
Did you seriously?
It is on its way. Yes.
My God.
Thank you. Shout out DHgate for your cheap jerseys that I continue to buy.
I gotta finally buy a jersey from DHgate.
Dude, they're great.
Well, hang on, what is DHgate?
It's definitely not.
It's definitely legal,
It definitely seems like a scam,
but it's not.
but it's not.
I have multiple DHgate jerseys.
I have an issue with online shopping right now because I may or may not have gotten scammed this weekend.
Oh,
no.
I found this website that does. So I'm big into running right now.
Yes.
And I
10 miler that I just saw.
I just
Insane.
did
I can't do one.
Just did a 10 miler, and the best part about finishing that 10 miler was like I could do the rest of the 3.5 to get to a half marathon. So I'm looking for half marathons to train for. But I run in Hoka's. Hoka's is the first shoe that I felt like I wanted to run in. Like I enjoyed running in them.
Yeah.
I looked forward to running in them.
Yeah.
Well, there's like this website where you can get super discounted Hoka's.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh, this would be a great time because right now I wear the Hoka Bondi 8s, which are just like a style of shoe.
Okay.
But I want to see like what the other shoes are, but I don't want to spend the $200 it is on those shoes just to try them out. So I was like, this place sells the last year's model of them for pretty cheap, so I'll buy it. Bought it. I got a PayPal invoice from some random person. Got no order confirmation, no shipping notification, and I am 90% sure I am out the money that I spent on those shoes.
That sounds like something that my dad
awesome.
had to do. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's okay though. It's okay. You win some, you lose some.
That is true.
Lost big in this case.
Well, not big. It was like they were like $35.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
I was
that's
like,
not terrible.
35. I'm
Not
okay
terrible.
losing. I'm
Yeah.
okay.
That's not
risking
that
it, but it
bad.
still sucks.
Yeah, I completely
Still
I
not-
understand that.
That's
Still
tough.
not excited.
That's tough.
For anyone who's interested or wants to know, obviously Zach would like to know. DHgate is a
Hit
it's a
him with the URL.
I don't even know what it is. Let me
No,
look.
because it's like
This
I have the
sounds
app.
great
no,
so far.
I have
because if
the
you
app.
look up because he has the app.
The
I
app?
have the
He's
DHgate
their
app.
app?
loyalty member right
I
now.
Oh
am,
my,
yes.
How many jerseys do you have?
dude, you
I'd
have
say
it.
DHgate jerseys.
No. How many jerseys total?
Yeah,
Like 60.
dude, I feel like every day you walk in, you have a New Jersey.
I have about 60. or
60.
so.
I think I have 6.
Yeah.
I think.
I have one. Barry Sanders.
Yep.
Oh,
Uh,
mine are Colts.
Well, okay, it is www.dhgate.com. by the way.
Okay.
www.
Of those like 60 shush. Of those 60 jerseys, I'd say about maybe 12 to 15 of them are DHgate jerseys. And you wouldn't know. They are basically just Chinese knockoffs, essentially.
This does look like a scam.
It does, but it is 100%. It 100% works because I've gotten so many of them. I have at the moment. I have a. Let's go. Let's run through it. I've got a Quentin Nelson jersey. I've got a Darius Leonard, DeForest Buckner, Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz, Sam Ellinger, Sam Ellinger, Gardner Minshew. A Brett Favre, a Peyton Manning, Tennessee Volunteers.
Okay, I gotta ask something.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm
Are you
seeing
looking at it?
I'm seeing a lot of these jerseys. They're like, how much are they? Because these
They run about $30.
yeah,
with
some
shipping
of
and
the ones
everything.
I'm looking at like 16 to like 20 something too. I'm like, that's
Yeah,
kinda,
well, the shipping shipping used to be
shipping,
free.
yeah.
So I used to be able to get jerseys on this website for $22.
That's impressive.
But then they incorporated shipping and whatever.
Yeah.
But no, it's literally $30 for like a pretty like you get a stitched. You can tell it's fake. But no, you with a trained eye could tell it is fake. I can. But someone else like just
Couldn't
walking
tell.
around, you cannot tell at all. They're quality jerseys in my opinion. They're quality. But anyway,
Well, if you want a jersey,
Yeah.
go to www.dhgate.com.
HTTPS
These guys gotta be-
//
these- And I promise you, it's not a sponsor, but damn, they should be sponsoring us.
They should //
You think we can get
www.dhgate.com.
sponsorships on this show?
Good luck.
We should. Let's do a sponsorship right now. Zach's hats. Wear them all the time, please.
Your
We
premier
swear them all the
source
time.
for Delaware County and Ball State athletics coverage, bsudailynews.com.
Yes.
And your premier coverage, nightly newscast,
Yeah.
Newslink, Indiana, weeknights at 9.
Are you in need of television news? We have the thing for. What are
He
you
broke
doing?
the mic.
Trying to move
You
my
need
mic while you're
Newslink,
talking.
Indiana, Ball State's only television news broadcast.
Yeah,
Wow.
Ball State's- How long you been cooking that one up in
I
the
don't know.
crock
I've
pot?
been holding that
I
in
don't
for a
know.
while.
Live from Ball State University. Okay.
Live
Unified
from Ball
Media
State
Newsroom.
University's
Delaware
Unified
County's
Media
only
Newsroom.
live television newscast. All right, so Jonathan Taylor,
get
back
back to it.
Get back to the topic.
So they overpaid for him, right?
I don't think so.
Just kidding.
Well,
I don't think
I
so.
thought it was
He
pretty
is-
sizable. They didn't make
it
him
is
the top
large.
paid.
I didn't think it was that bad. I am a little worried to see if he will come back to what he was 2 seasons ago.
So it's something
That's
I
the
mentioned.
concern.
This is something I mentioned last couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
But I've noticed a big drop off in performance from players right after they get their big contracts.
That's my thing.
Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow especially.
Justin Herbert a little bit. He's doing all right, but nothing crazy. The only player that I've really seen that has gotten a massive contract and not blown it is Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I completely understand what you're talking about because the Bengals are bottom bin
Yeah.
of the NFL right now. Which
Bottom
is,
bin,
But
bargain bin.
it's not just quarterbacks. You look at the history in the running back position.
Saquon's not doing great
Yeah,
things right
Saquon
now.
Barkley a
Saquon,
little bit.
Trent Richardson.
Yeah.
Trent Richardson. Who was the one?
Dallas, Ezekiel Elliott. When he
Oh,
got
Ezekiel
when he
Elliott?
got paid, I mean, he went off, and now he's where? New England?
Is
that
it
it?
Yeah,
New
exactly.
England, yeah.
The fact that you didn't really know is what's concerning.
Like I don't.
Like not a knock
Yeah,
on you. I'm
I
just saying
just-
that he fell off.
Who was the
He
Charger?
did.
Who was the Chargers running back?
Austin Eckler?
Yeah.
Well, he's
No,
just been
no,
hurt.
no,
what
no,
I'm
no,
thinking
no,
of.
no, no.
Melvin Ingram?
Melvin Ingram, or no, Gordon,
Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon.
Yeah.
Like he went to
Melvin Gordon, yes.
he went to Broncos for big money, and now he's
Yeah.
out of the league.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like, but that's I will say
Who is Melvin Ingram?
that is not 100%
about to say
just running backs. I think it's very important to talk
Linebacker.
about this.
Yeah,
I mean, the Colts have the highest paid offensive line in the league.
Yeah.
And it has not been the best offensive line in the league. I mean,
Except for
it's-
this year.
It's
This
getting
year
back
they've been
to it.
okay.
It's getting
Well,
back
no,
to it.
I'd
But
still
last
say
year,
the Eagles blow us out by so much. So much.
yeah, they're not.
Yeah.
I
It'll be
think
bad.
the Lions have a good offensive line right now. I'm just saying.
It's the Colts' offensive line is far more serviceable than it was last year.
Yes.
Yes,
I don't
Last
know.
year was the
Yeah.
worst.
But
thing I've
last
ever
year,
seen.
last year
Terrible.
was the year directly coming off when everybody got
It
paid.
was.
And then you're a
Yeah.
little bit like, what
Yeah.
are we doing here?
Yeah.
No, but I think JT obviously didn't have that fantastic of a game. The big concern now, I mean, JT still will be fine. I think the big concern now, in my opinion, is the fact that our guy that we're not paying a whole lot of money just popped off for probably one of his career day in Zach Moss. What are you gonna do? And I think that furthers like the people that are the naysayers that are like, don't pay a running back because you can just get whatever bum off the street, do a pretty similar job for just as good and for far less money because Zach Moss just had one of the best games that I've
did.
seen and out of a Colts running back in a couple years here.
Yeah, and when it comes to paying Taylor, and I mean, let's be honest, he's been hurt for a while. First game back.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
I don't think they're going to. I mean, how many carries did he have? He didn't have.
I mean, they were limiting
He was
him.
Exactly.
very, very limited.
You limited
yes.
him. You didn't see it. And I think that we've seen it in the last few years with the Colts. At one point, we had Jonathan Taylor and Nyheim Hines. And Nyheim Hines was a guy that went off a lot of times.
Yeah.
I think Zach Moss just fills that role of not having Hines anymore, really.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, that's a very valid point because Nyheim Hines could have had a day just like that.
Exactly.
'Cause Hines did honestly
He had moments like that.
Yes, he had those moments where he would run down the sidelines and like do his little twist and get
Yeah.
in or whatever.
But it begs the question. I
Yeah.
mean, good running backs are good running backs, but if you have an all-star offensive line, you can make any running back
That's
look
true.
good. no?
Yeah,
That's true.
That's true. I don't know. It's just I like paying JT. I think it's a good move, but we'll kind of have to see whether or not we could have just gotten again some bum off the street to do the same thing for
Well, I wouldn't
less
compare
money.
Jonathan Taylor to a bum. I think
No,
that's
no. that Jonathan Taylor will recreate the same magic that he had in 2020 and 2021.
That's my thing.
It's never guaranteed.
I
No matter the player, no matter the organization.
I'm still very happy with the decision.
I mean, when the Chiefs shelled out all the money they shelled out for
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes'
Yeah.
contract, he could have busted up the next year.
well, but Mahomes never had a year where he just didn't do anything like last year.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had down years.
But
But
there's some in
Down
that.
years where he went to the AFC Championship.
I wouldn't call him down years.
I'll give you that.
Yeah,
But when
not like JT had. But again, that's my only concern is the fact that we paid him so much money, and it seems like Zach Moss is serviceable.
I have two. My one concern is that. My other concern is this. While I think getting Taylor back is big, I think they should have done that. I'm worried that we could have spent that money somewhere else. I mean,
that's my big thing.
You
as well.
don't. I like a few of our wide receivers. You know, I do like Alec Pierce, but like you said earlier, he's not been good.
With Zach and I had a separate conversation prior to this. I think Alec Pierce, he has. Just listen to these stats, by the way, Daniel. As an outside perspective here, Alec Pierce is our, as of right now, number 2 wide receiver on the depth chart. This is his second year in the NFL. As of week 5, at the end of week 5, he has 16 targets on the year with 8 catches. He has played 100% of offensive snaps. 100%.
Yeah.
And he has 16 targets and 8 receptions.
And while you said that he was
Crazy.
maybe the worst.
So let me say something real quick. Rookie tight end for the Detroit Lions, Sam Laporta,
Oh, yeah.
has played
Beast.
not every snap, but has played pretty much every snap. But he has 25 receptions for 289 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He has more touchdowns than Kyle Pitts. I'm not saying he's going to be the next
Well, that's just Johnny
Travis
Smith.
Kelsey, but he's very, very good.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I don't. Okay, not 100% of offensive snaps. I do believe it's like 98
But still, it's a lot.
or something like that.
And while you said Pierce might have been the worst, how'd you describe it? The worst draft pick the Colts have had in last year?
I wouldn't say the worst. I think Zuber said that.
Okay.
I think just borderline baseline. I think he was a poor pick for the second round. This is what he's producing.
I think he's okay, but again, when you look at the other wide receivers, I mean, a lot of people like Michael Pittman Jr. I think he drops a lot of balls in really big moments. This year he's had a few good catches, which has been good. I think Downs has been better than I expected. He kind of reminds me of T.Y. Hilton quite a bit, just being able to get the ball and make big plays or be explosive. But yeah, I mean, I don't have the contract in front of me, but we paid Taylor enough money that you could have spent that on a really good wide receiver.
Yes.
Yes.
And here's okay. I finally have the stats up for Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce has had 95% of offensive snaps this year, targeted 16 times for 8 catches for 124 yards in the first 5 games as our wide receiver 2.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
That's not
But also run the stats for your wide receiver 1.
my wide receiver 1. 98.3% of offensive snaps for Michael Pittman Jr., who's caught 31 passes, 10th in the NFL, for 297 receiving yards and 1 touchdown.
Where do those receptions rank in NFL?
10th in the NFL.
Receptions or yards?
Receptions.
Where does he rank yards?
Probably pretty low. He only has 300 yards on the whole year.
Yeah, so I mean that's not really a knock on Pierce or Taylor or anything. I think the Colts need in the next upcoming draft to draft a standout wide receiver
Premier wide receiver.
or trade for a wide receiver.
Yes. We both said or at the same, and I appreciate it.
We're kind of insane.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jude.
Hey Jude.
Hey, Jude.
Hey Judy Moody.
Hey, Judy. Reports are coming in. They're coming in. This is something that I'm going to say. Regret saying it because it never is going to happen. And
I'm
it's just
glad
gonna be-
he's realistic.
It's going
at
to be one
least.
of those
He
things
knows.
that where I see Aaron Rodgers on my Colts militia page and I go, oh my God, we're getting Aaron Rodgers. And then nothing
Thank
comes
God
of it.
that didn't happen.
Yeah.
We had like
well-
3 straight episodes about it last year.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
I think it was, I don't know. It's fine. So Jerry Jeudy is apparently on the trading block for the for the Denver Broncos this year. Denver Broncos, once again, dumpster fire per usual. Absolutely find it hilarious how Sean Payton called Nathaniel Hackett's management of the Denver Broncos last year
Yeah.
one of the worst jobs of head coach in NFL history.
Sean
And
Payton
proceeds to
and proceeds to do the same thing.
Sean Payton's an idiot. I'll say it now. Not a big fan.
I think he's earned a lot of respect for what he did in New Orleans.
Yeah.
But he's
But the way he
losing it
came
all
in,
now.
Yep.
the way he came in was very Urban Meyer-esque.
Yep.
Very, I'm the.
Let's kick our kicker.
And he'll be gone in maybe 2 years.
I know they paid him too much.
Yeah.
They paid him and
They
Russ too much.
traded for him.
Yep.
That is
They
crazy.
technically did, yeah.
Yep. They paid him
Why?
and Russ way too much to let him go.
Why?
Yep.
Why would you? Okay, whatever.
On
Anyway.
paper, it makes sense. But
Anyway, so it looks like Jerry Jeudy is in his third year in the NFL, maybe on the trade block here. And the Colts apparently have significant interest. Now, obviously, he would come into the Indianapolis Colts as the clear number one wide receiver, in my opinion. I don't think that Pittman really would hold a candle. But I think that would greatly improve our offense, greatly improve.
By the way, 4th year in the NFL, not 3rd.
It is, I saw third.
No, he played in 2020.
Yeah. Wait, no, but he was out for a full year, remember?
No, he's played. He wasn't out for a full year.
He was
Season
out for a
cut
long.
short.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I saw third season somewhere, so maybe somebody. Yeah, he did play in 2020, didn't he? Okay, yeah, I don't know. I saw on an Instagram post that this is his third season. I think that they just messed up.
Yeah,
as well.
but yeah. So he'd come in as the number one, yes. But let me run through some of his career stats so far. I think. Can you find what the injury was? Because I want to make sure we're not discounting how many
I swear
games
he
he
tore
missed.
his ACL.
But basically, through his career, 2,500 receiving yards, 92 is his longest touchdown or reception, and 9 touchdowns. That's not anything crazy. I know he's a big talent. I know he's a good player, but I would maybe even not look for that as my trade option. I mean, look what he's done so far this year: 208 yards and no touchdowns, 17 receptions.
Exactly.
That's Alec Pierce numbers.
And also, let's be honest, if we're going to get a guy, I think trading can work, but I'm more of a guy that signs for. I mean, trades work, but what are we giving
historically,
up?
the Colts have been a really good drafting team.
Exactly, but But even just getting a free agent, what are we going to give up for this guy? That's what I'm worried about.
I don't think they give up anything more than a first rounder. I think it's got to be second
First
rounder
rounder is
lower.
a big pick, though.
Second rounder. What would you give up if the Lions had the opportunity to get Jerry Jeudy? I think that he improves your team.
He doesn't.
You don't think so?
Watch the Lions get him.
Okay.
Jameson Williams coming back. Amon-Ra St. Brown is one of the most reliable receivers in the NFL. Josh Reynolds, great. I mean, I'm not worried about the wide receiver.
Is there even a bad part about the Lions to you?
I think our defensive line has taken a lot of time to really become the defensive line it is today. Our cornerback, our secondary is still kind of the thorn in our side, especially with Emmanuel Mosley tearing his ACL for the second straight year on the first game back. That's a heartbreaker. They moved on from Jeff Okudah. The secondary is probably the worst part about that team right now.
That's how I feel about the Colts, too.
The rush defense is number 1 or 2. I can't remember in the NFL. I honestly, no, there isn't. There isn't a bad thing about the Lions right now. And I'm not trying to say that to be like,
this man has waited his whole life to say this.
I'm not, but hear me out.
Let's be honest here.
I have, and that's why I'm trying to be as respectful as possible when it comes to me as a Lions fan.
Let me also add this one. They went 8-8 last year. Dan acted like they won the freaking Super Bowl, and now that they're 4-1, I think is what you said earlier. Now he acts like they're on their way to be the greatest team in NFL history.
I think
the NFL history.
I think I'm not saying they're going to be the greatest team in the NFL. I'm saying the progression we've seen under Dan Campbell is the stuff of legend.
That TikTok that I sent you, the Chiefs, Eagles, no longer running the NFL. You know who is?
Dan Campbell and the Detroit
The
Lions.
Lions.
I'm not.
Lions
Okay.
run.
Let me
Super
come
Bowl
back
goes
down to
through
earth.
Detroit.
Let me come back down to earth.
They're gonna get beat in the first game of playoffs. Call it now.
Let me come back down to earth here. They start the year by defeating a Chiefs team that was fresh off a Super Bowl. I mean, any team that beats the defending Super Bowl champions in the kickoff game of the NFL season are gonna be a little excited.
Absolutely.
You can't tell me as Colts fans going into the year, if you knock off the Super Bowl champions in the first game of the year, you're going to be like, yeah, it's nothing. You're going to be excited. And I was not that excited because I knew they had to play the Seahawks. And the Seahawks are historically tough for the Lions. And they lost. They lost in overtime to the Seahawks. I will whine and cry about the overtime rules all day long, but they did lose. But then let's look at the next 3 games following that loss to the Seahawks. 20-6 over the Falcons. They cruised the whole game. 34-20 over the Packers. They were defensively a nightmare for the Packers. 42-24 over the Panthers. And now we're coming in to a Sunday afternoon game against the Bucs, who no one expected the Bucs to be as good as they are right now. But let's be real, they're a team that provides a threat to the NFL. I'm saying that this team is looking good. The way we won that game against the Panthers had me fired up. It had me tweeting.
It's the Panthers, though.
But it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what team you play.
All right.
It was the asserted dominance, both offensively and defensively against that team. If you watch that game back, it was not a competition. And no matter what team in the NFL it is, you're proving to you are just dismantling another NFL team.
Okay, I want to piggyback off that for a minute. You know, Frank Reich went to the Panthers.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people that said when the Colts fired Frank Reich, no, you can't blame the head coach. You know, they brought in Jeff Saturday. Oh, this is awful, all this crap. You know, Frank Reich has struggled a lot this season. I feel like that's something that Colts fans have not talked about. It's like the NFL hasn't talked about it. He has not done good. The Panthers look awful. They didn't look good in the line. I mean, Lions got them.
Let's be real. They haven't looked good against any of the teams they played.
And I think that obviously...
I mean, they're without a win still.
Yeah, what the Colts...
They are winless.
Yeah, what the Colts have done, I think... And I was, again, there were a few things the first few weeks that I'm like, you know, Shane Steichen still new at coaching, maybe not his greatest thing. A few weeks in, I think he's looking better every single game.
I completely agree. I think Shane Steichen has actually done incredibly well.
Yeah, and I don't
really
know.
Glad
No one's
it
giving
wasn't
him
the other guy that ended up in Arizona.
Oh,
got fire in your gut.
Fire in your gut. The man, the myth, the legend, Murr from Impractical Jokers.
Literally.
Okay, guys, we're gonna go play football.
Yeah, I think I think there's a lot to love about both of our franchises right now. And I won't even lie. The Lions are 4-1 for the first time since it was like 2017. As a stat, the Lions are considered one of the better teams in the NFL. Jared Goff was the highest ranked offense quarterback by PFF last week. He was the 3rd highest ranked offensive player across the board. I'm not saying that I'm delusional. I will say I tweeted, I drank the Kool-Aid, but
You did tweet that.
but there's a lot to love about being a Detroit Lions fan right now. Especially here, wait one second. I tweeted this, but especially a Detroit Lions franchise that has seen some dark days. I tweeted this right after the Panthers game. I said I lived through the Matt Millen days. I lived through the 0-16 season. I lived through Matt Patricia. I lived through our franchise quarterback leaving to win a Super Bowl the following year. We've done enough to hurt as fans. So yeah, forgive us for being a little bit excited about our team finally being the team that we wanted it to be.
On the flip side, though, it's one thing I don't like about a lot of Colts fans.
What do you mean?
Let's be honest. In the last, 20 years, the Colts have really not had that bad of a run.
No.
And I think Colts fans, like when the Colts, like last year, a lot of fans overreacted. Like it was a bad year. I'm not saying that. But we could be Detroit fans.
No, yeah. And no one... Yeah.
Spoiled.
Yes.
Yeah. And
yes, I agree. And we've had 2 years that Detroit has felt for the last millennium.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, he's not wrong. We
had some bright spots with
we did.
Matthew
But
Stafford.
I'm saying,
I know what you mean.
The general vibe of Detroit for years were we've experienced only twice. And that was in 2011 when Manning went out and hurt his neck and was out for the whole season, and it was the Kerry Collins, Dan Orlovsky, and Curtis Painter show.
Yeah, it was the tank for luck season.
Yes,
that's all it was.
The suck
for luck. Yeah, that's all it was. That's all it was.
That was the suck for luck year, and then we had last year, and we've had a couple years like that as well. We've had a year where I think Luck hurt his.
Yeah, because
Jacoby lacerated his kidney.
Yeah,
Jacoby came in. Josh Freeman ended the year. That wasn't
good.
I don't know if that would maybe have been a different year. I think Josh Freeman was 2015, and it was Hasselbeck.
But that's the thing.
That's
the thing is like there's only certain years. The Lions fans have like
felt
the last 35 years.
Yes,
like they don't have to pick out a year.
So I have no problem with Lions fans being happy about the situation that they're in. None. So don't apologize
don't-
for being excited about your team.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna.
Good.
I get it.
And don't think
Okay.
that we're being mad about it.
No,
Yeah,
you're good.
no,
You're
we're
good.
good.
I'm saying for the people
Society.
listening who might say,
Society.
slow your
Yes.
roll.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
So 2 questions before
Yeah,
we wrap up
We're
the
getting
show.
close, yeah.
Well, the first question is a simple question. The second one, we're just gonna do picks for the week. First question. I got a fantasy football lineup.
All right.
Okay.
I just traded for Russell Wilson because you know what? No matter how bad the team is doing,
Okay.
no matter how bad the team is doing, the guy is getting points. So I have 2 quarterbacks in contention to start. Russell Wilson against a pretty loose secondary in the Chiefs, or Zach Wilson against an up and down secondary for the Eagles.
Oh, this is an absolutely awful
Yeah, that's awful.
situation that you were in.
Yeah, and
Why
I'm
would
going to
you
blame
trade
you
for
guys
him
no matter
now?
what happens. So
Give me. Wow. Wow.
yeah, it's a toughie, right?
Wow.
In my honest opinion, go with Zach Wilson.
Low key, Zach's been cutting it up.
Because Russell
But
Wilson is
Wilson's-
garbage.
Russell Wilson has been
He's
not
he's
terrible
hit
on
over
fantasy.
30 in the last 2 weeks.
He's been
Are you
not terrible on
serious?
fantasy.
That's why I
Yes.
traded for him. I had Lamar Jackson. I traded Lamar Jackson.
Oh, that was bad.
No, he's not. Lamar Jackson's
Lamar's
gone
been-
for less than 20 points in 4 games.
Okay,
My
but
my
let's-
take that Lamar Jackson was a top 4 quarterback in the NFL for a while may have
Bad.
just come to an end.
What's he at now, in your opinion?
Probably like
Not even 10th.
he's still 10. I don't even know anymore, dude.
I think Jared Goff's playing like a top 5.
I drank the Lamar
He's
Jackson.
playing like it. He's not, though.
I drank the Lamar
He is.
Jackson Kool-Aid when the Colts lost to him in primetime, Carson Wentz year.
Yep.
When he just took over that game,
Yep.
I was like, all right, well, this guy is a top 5 quarterback because no one else in the world could do that. That's insane.
Yep.
Yep. But now,
He's not good. Got paid, and he's not that good anymore.
Can we comment quickly about the Bengals?
Dude, I just don't know what to say.
I don't
What
know
do we
either.
say?
It's bad.
Because I have Joe Burrow on my fantasy teams, and
Dude,
I'm
it's
scared
nuts.
to even play him. I'm scared
It's
to play
nuts. I don't understand what happened. Is it the O-line? Is it Zach Taylor?
I don't know.
What is it?
I don't know. That
is
is
it?
That is the most confusing thing to me.
Because
weird.
Joe
yeah,
Burrow,
defensively is
nothing
always
is different.
Defense has always been a liability for the Bengals.
But
I
now
mean,
they can't do anything.
It was
at all.
overexposed in the Super Bowl, but like now it's just nothing is good. It's truly a head racker.
I don't. And Joe isn't cooking. T. Higgins has been hurt. He's not doing anything.
Wild.
Jamar Chase finally came back a little bit this week. He had a pretty good game. He had, I think, about 35 fantasy points. But like, I don't get why they are so bad. How do you lose by 24 points to the Tennessee Titans?
We lost by 21 to the Browns.
The Titans, the Browns and the Titans.
Yeah.
The that is just. I hope they get it figured out. I was pretty firm on my stance that they'll get it figured out on a couple radio shows and everything. I thought that was going to be what it was because it's just that and it always kind of happens with the Bengals. They look kind of good and then they find a way to lose and then they figure it out.
And if you look at Burrow's stats or for record overall, like for him in the first 4 weeks of every NFL season, the Bengals have always started off kind of slow.
Yes,
with him.
yeah, yes.
So I'm really not that concerned, but of what
But
I've seen
this
of
seems
them,
worse.
yeah, it's not. I don't know what it is. They're just bad.
It is bad. That's the only other topic that I think was necessary to talk about
I think
NFL wise.
We'll see how they do, but they're playing the Seahawks, and the Seahawks are playing like a top 5 team right now.
Yes.
Pete Carroll's got them humming.
Yeah.
Let's start
Sure.
though with tonight's. Oh, we got to get this pot up quick.
Yeah.
Tonight's Thursday night football game. It's Broncos Chiefs. It's going to be Chiefs, but how bad?
Hey,
how
is
bad?
Taylor Swift showing up?
He's injured.
But I thought
No, he's gonna play.
I thought I saw
I
things
thought
he
he was
was
injured.
showing
No,
up.
he came back in the game. He was fine.
I love how we're talking Taylor Swift and we know the player we're referring to here.
That really means I want them to lose. But that's what I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah,
of course.
You want to soapbox about this for a minute?
Sure. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Me?
No, that's,
No, you.
well, yeah.
No, it's just funny that Zach absolutely despises Taylor Swift's involvement in the NFL.
I do.
And we talked about it last week. We talked about how the camera cuts during prime time were a little
It's
much.
old.
We're a little much.
It's
Crazy.
I'm a big
Hey,
T Swift guy.
According to the Daily News, I've been told that that Taylor Swift has revitalized the NFL.
That was an opinion piece.
Yes, it was.
And it was a good opinion piece.
Maybe it wasn't. It was a good. It was
I
a
don't
good
think
piece.
I don't think
About
it's
the-
wrong.
right?
Yeah,
Maybe.
there's new
Revitalized.
fans. There's new fans watching NFL
But are
games.
they fans or are they viewers?
Boom.
They're viewers.
Doesn't matter.
Boom.
It's good for the NFL. Why do you think
no,
the
it's
NFL?
good-
Why
it's
do you
good
think,
for one fan base? That's it.
No,
I think it's good for everybody.
I think it's good for everybody. I think when you get more views on teams,
my hand hurts.
yeah.
Listen, here's all I'm gonna
I mean,
say
it's the
is-
same thing when Eminem goes to Lions games.
But the thing is, they don't make the
They do.
the game.
No,
They did
no,
not
I watched
do
the
enough.
game. They
No.
cut to him like a dozen times.
Did
Okay,
they really?
okay,
Yeah.
but
I heard that it
And then
wasn't-
every time out they play Eminem, which I'm fine
that's
with.
fine. That's
but
They
cool.
like,
cut
I
to him
don't
that
mind
many
that.
times?
it was a lot. It was
Really?
basically it kept, and
Okay.
he never comes out the booth. Like he always he sticks in his
but the
box.
out
thing
the
is-
booth?
the
Like
thing
he's
is-
like he's pretty like tucked in a way. He wants to watch the game, and they always cut to him, and it's like cutting to him
Yeah.
behind
Sometimes
the
you
glass.
just want to lose yourself.
Yeah,
in
and
the
while
moment,
that,
the
but that's
music.
the other thing is
The
when
moment,
he
you
went
own
to
it.
that game, I saw one tweet about it and one Instagram post about it from ESPN. That was it. And the Detroit Lions posted something. That's it. I can't go on Sundays anymore that Taylor Swift is at a game. I will have 7 posts in a row. That's all it is. From ESPN, Sports Center, Sports Illustrated does it.
Well, you got to think about. I mean, outside of the viewership, you have to think as a social media, as a company that needs to drive social media, you follow what is trending.
While I'm
It's
fine
true.
with that,
If
I'm a
Migos
guy
was
that wants to
trending-
watch football. I want to see football highlights. What, the first week that Taylor Swift went to a game, the Dolphins dropped 70 freaking points. Nobody talked about it. Like, it was quiet. And I'm like, you're going to really put some, I guess you'd say famous singer, which she is. You know, a lot of people like her.
I guess
Okay,
you could
that's
say
that's
famous.
where I draw a line.
I'm not.
with you.
I'm not a
I-
huge fan of her.
You can
A
have
lot
your
of people
opinions
like
about
her.
whether or
Yeah.
not she's revitalized the NFL or she's brought up viewership or
I-
she's increased fan bases.
I-
But when you
She
say
is
stuff like
famous.
that, then there's an issue.
I don't think she's a great singer, but a lot of
You're
people
really
a lot,
defensive
but
over
a
there,
lot.
Keith.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm just saying.
I'm not a fan, but a lot of people like her.
I'm just
She's
saying,
successful.
treat it fair.
Yeah, she's successful.
Don't-
There we
don't
go.
take
There we
cheap
go. Yeah,
shots.
yeah, yeah.
I'm going to say this though. Your team, what you promote, did something that the NFL has not seen in a while. And also, you could have went with the whole route of how Sean Payton said, "I'm not going to be Nathaniel Hackett." That game, you looked like Nathaniel Hackett. So where is that at? Why are we just showing a singer that's in a booth and has never played football in their lives?
And shout out Nathaniel Hackett for actually beating
Yes.
I love
Sean
Awesome.
Payton
I
and
was so happy.
Broncos.
That was
Not
good.
even a Jets fan. I was happy.
And
to
he,
see
I
that.
loved,
Yeah.
I loved how they were like, "Did Sean Payton reach out to you?" He goes, "Nope."
It was great.
Moved on.
That was great.
All right, how bad are the Broncos losing this week?
This game is going.
It could be a Dolphins.
How
70-0 game.
who is choosing? Who is choosing these games for Thursday Night Football? And why are they always so bad?
You know what? I'm gonna say
I have
something.
not had a good Thursday Night Football game since it went on to Amazon Prime.
Everybody said that.
Hey, first kickoff game of the year was
Yeah,
good.
it was good.
Chiefs
Yeah.
Lions was good.
It was.
that
very
wasn't
good.
on Amazon Prime. That was
Oh,
on NBC.
that was on BC.
Okay, can we
first
be
kickoff.
honest? That Colts
Yeah.
Broncos game, everyone talks about being a bad game. It was a bad game, but it was close. It went down.
It was
to
a
the final.
terrible game.
It was bad.
It was a tough game to watch.
was
as
one
a
of the
neutral-
worst games
well,
I've ever
well,
sat
you gotta,
through.
you gotta,
Colts won.
you gotta
It
think
did.
about with primetime games. The NFL is not looking for fan bases; they are looking for national viewers.
No.
They want to pick the games that are going to get the neutral fans. As a neutral fan, that game sucked.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
did.
it did.
As a Colts fan, that game ended well. Like whatever,
But it
But
Like,
it
still
still
sucked.
It
but
wasn't
it
a
still
great
sucked. You got to think
more,
about that.
More agony.
Okay, so I'm saying like I want Russell Wilson to throw a touchdown or two. So let's say 42-14.
oh God.
Wow.
Oh,
That you know what? I honestly don't even hate that score. That sounds like I don't know if the Chiefs score that many. I'm gonna give it maybe 35 to 9.
if
3 field goals from the.
honestly,
from the-
I could see the Chiefs. I mean, I think Miami's got a really
Clearly Chiefs
an
win.
offense is really different than everybody else in the NFL. But if the Chiefs are hot, I could see them scoring at least 45 points. But realistically, I think Chiefs. Yeah, I'll go. I think you can get 40. Chiefs 40.
Yeah. you
Give
get
me
40.
give me Broncos. Give me 6. 2 field goals.
Ugh,
That's terrible.
that's mean.
That
That's
is
mean.
just.
That's disrespectful.
Dude, they're bad.
That's not disrespectful. That's
Ravens
That's
Titans.
respectful.
Ravens
That is
Titans
respectful. That is
in
respectful.
London on Sunday morning. Ravens.
is that a
Titans.
London game? Man, we were just getting hit with all the 9:30s.
Ravens 14, Titans 10.
We gotta fire these off here. You guys gotta get. It's 3:03.
Oh yeah, we gotta go.
Don't you have class?
No, I don't.
I'm gonna miss it. That's fine.
Actually, I've done that before.
Yeah,
You've
that's
done
not
that.
a big
Yeah.
deal.
It's a
It's
coincidence.
walking.
Sorry.
I've only missed one class, so I can miss 2 more. So
There you go.
this is
Okay.
an emergency. I'm on.
Yeah.
Underqualified Knuckleheads. I can't miss that.
there. Hey,
Can't miss that.
Yeah,
You're on Ball
yeah.
State's premier sports
Yeah,
podcast.
Ball State's premiere.
I showed up to a class 25 minutes late because of this podcast.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I think my teacher
I
really
skipped
loves
class, and they said, "Where were you?" And I said, "I was recording my podcast."
it. I'm just gonna tell
Yeah.
him I had a.
Mom, I don't skip classes very often. Just want to say.
Yeah,
that.
I don't either. So
Yep.
my
All right.
second one.
Let's rapid fire these.
Ravens Titans. I said 14-10. It'll be close.
I'm just gonna go winner and give me Ravens.
Okay.
Yeah, Ravens 21, Titans 7.
Panthers Dolphins. Dolphins by 1 billion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to scoring. Dolphins 95, Panthers 3.
Realistically, yeah, give me Dolphins 65, Panthers 3. Yeah. I think
Saints
that's a good
Texans. CJ Stroud's on fire.
Give me Texans in this one. Give me Texans.
one. Who's it?
CJ Stroud.
No, Texans.
Texans
Oh,
Saints.
Saints.
Give me Texans 30, Saints 13.
I like that.
Yeah.
Give me Texans 21. Give me Saints 17. I think good game. I think we're having a good game on our
game.
hands.
Good
Commanders
game.
Falcons.
Lame.
Commanders by begin.
A lot of lame games so far.
Colts Jags.
Oh wait. Oh, are we saying? Give me Commanders by the way on
Yeah,
that one.
Commander
Okay.
Sam.
Yep.
I need Robinson to go for a lot of points this week.
So Colts Jags.
I'm gonna let the 2 Colts fans.
Give
I
me,
could see it going 2 different ways.
Minshew. It's either Minshew Mania catches on once again in Jacksonville and breaks the streak of just horrible, awful, terrible luck that the Indianapolis Colts have had in Clown Town for the past 5+ years, or it's the same thing every single year,
That's how I am.
and we lose by about 15
Yeah.
per use
That's
or
my
more.
thing. That's my thing.
I think it's probably going to be that.
I think if Minshew catches on,
He could.
I think the Colts have a good chance to win this like 28-21.
It's a
I
chance.
think it'd be a game. But let's be honest, the Minshew, has a multiple plays like his safety. I think we'll see.
Dan Orlovsky did out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, I think.
You didn't have to mention it.
No, it's fine.
To be fair, the announcers mentioned it on that. play,
That is
so.
2 Dan Orlovsky name drops in this
Dan
podcast.
Orlovsky's
Yeah.
a cool guy.
Yeah,
But
I like
him.
Dan. I
If-
like Dan
yeah.
Orlovsky.
If Minshew
Not as
doesn't,
a quarterback,
if
but as a
Minshew
person.
doesn't, if Minshew doesn't catch on, Jacksonville 28, Colts 14. I don't think it'll be.
I think the Jags probably take this one in Jacksonville. I just think that the curse that the Colts have in Jacksonville is too strong,
It's
and
rough.
Minshew Mania is just not going to be able to take it over.
All right.
But who knows?
Seahawks Bengals. Seahawks by 1 billion.
Seahawks, yeah.
I think the Bengals have a get-right game. Give me the Bengals by 3.
Okay, I like that.
Yep.
Vikings Bears.
come back.
Vikings by a couple.
I'd say Vikings by it. Oh, well, no J. Jeff. No J. Jeff
Oh.
really changes things, though.
That
Does
might be a
it?
closer game.
Yes. So no J. Jeff, I think.
I'm going to give you a score. I'm going to say 21-17 in favor of the
That's-
Vikings.
Vikings. I think the Vikings still win, but it's a lot closer.
Yeah.
I think that hurts the Vikings because J. Jeff's
does.
on
It does.
IR.
That's bad.
J. Jeff on IR.
That is bad.
They need to trade Kirk Cousins to the Jets.
All right. Keep it moving. Keep it grooving.
49ers Browns. 49ers
Oh,
Niners
yeah.
by 1 billion.
by 14.
21.
Pats Raiders. Bill Belichick in the head of his former protege. I say the Pats win this.
I think so too.
I think, you know what?
He's gonna go Raiders.
I think Raiders
Oh no.
by 10.
No.
And it's going to be another first time for an NFL or for a former Bill Belichick coach to beat Bill Belichick. I think Jimmy G comes into this one fired up. I think that Josh McDaniels comes into this one fired up. I think that they have more passion and they're putting more on this game than what Bill Belichick and his absolutely disheveled group of awful Patriots this year are doing. Because they have been outscored, absolutely dismantled, destroyed. They look like a poverty franchise.
There's some bias in here.
No,
I think.
but
Why-
look at
well,
their scores the last 2 weeks.
Let me ask
Look
this.
at their score. They got blown out 2 weeks in a row by the Cowboys, and then by who did they just lose to by 34 points?
I do not remember.
I don't even know. I forget. Let me look. They just lost 34-0. Was their score last week against who? Against who was it? I need to find out right now. But I'm just saying,
Okay, well-
who'd have ever thought the New England Patriots would be in this position?
All I'm gonna
the
say,
Saints.
The
Saints.
here, I'm gonna say this as a Colts fan. Andy and I know this Patriots
Hate.
Patriots hate
Yes.
well, and I have to agree. The Patriots are always a team where it's like they're either gonna kill us or it's gonna be a dogfight or something like that. But from what we've seen out of the Patriots this year,
They are bad.
but
Toothless.
I've also learned my lesson. Never count Bill Belichick out. Never.
They're bad.
Don't do it. I think
No, I completely agree. I get
Patriots
it.
find a way in this one.
I think that the Raiders got it. But Saints losing to the Saints by 34
That's pretty
points,
bad.
and then the Cowboys the week before 38-3.
That's pretty bad.
What happened? Would you have ever thought we were in this position with the Patriots and Bill Belichick? Just like less than 5 years after that Super Bowl win.
Every single year, I think going in, my mind with the Patriots is always, okay, they'll win 6 games. Like they will always win over 6 games. And I don't know if they're going to this.
I don't think that they win. Yeah, they're going to get for the first time in forever, I think the Patriots have an inside of the top 10 pick in the NFL draft.
So Mac Jones out?
I think Mac Jones is out of here.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Lions, Bucks. I'll soapbox for this. I think it's going to be close. I'm going to say 24-17 in favor of the Lions.
I think the Buccaneers could pull it off, honestly. They could. But I don't think that they will. I don't think that they will. It's fine. I don't think that they will. But I'm saying that this is a game that the Buccaneers could win.
It'll be close.
But I think that the Lions do prevail.
Baker Mayfield's playing?
Yep.
Oh,
and
Baker's going to play.
They're wearing their creamsicle jerseys.
Ooh. All I'm going to say is, I know there's a lot
Buccaneers by a bit.
I know there's a lot of people that don't like Baker Mayfield.
I'm a big Baker
That
Mayfield
man
guy.
is doing it.
I
Love
love
it.
Baker Mayfield.
I know. I like the Baker Mayfield.
I like
I
Baker.
I'm
love
drinking
it.
the Baker Mayfield Kool-Aid.
While I think the Lions probably win it, I don't know. I could see Baker going off and beating.
We'll see. Rams, Cardinals, Rams.
Cardinals.
Okay.
Nope, Rams all day.
I'm
Eagles,
kidding. Yeah,
Jets.
it's definitely the Rams.
Eagles,
I don't
Jets. It's going to be the Eagles.
Eagles.
Giants, Bills.
I was
feel
going to say
so
the Jets.
bad for
I
Uncle
think that
Brian.
Zach Wilson turns it around. I think Robert Saleh and the boys stop the tush push, stop the brotherly shove, and the Jets win by negative 15 points. Yeah.
Are you on Mars?
No, I said negative 15 points.
Okay.
They're going to lose.
I was going to say. Giants, Bills. I feel really bad, but Uncle
Bills
Brian,
easy.
I'm going with the Bills.
Bills.
It's just,
Is Daniel Jones out this week?
I don't know, man. It's
Doesn't
just-
matter if he's
it's
in or
gonna be
out.
Another
it's
terrible
hard to-
primetime game.
Another player that got a big extension that doesn't do good.
didn't get a
he
big-
didn't deserve that extension.
He didn't get a big extension. He got a relatively.
I
He
thought
got
it was big.
an extension.
Yeah,
For
he got-
him, I thought it was huge.
And then Cowboys, Chargers.
Chargers.
Chargers. This
Sorry
is a
for
toss-up
anyone's
game.
ears that just got
Sorry,
absolutely.
this is a toss-up game for me. I feel like I don't
It
know
could
if this
be.
is like
It could be.
I
Dak Prescott though is 15 interceptions though.
Chargers
That's
really
not gonna
don't. Well, I guess you know what. This week, Austin Eckler is back, and so is what's his face, Keenan Allen. I was gonna say Mike Evans for some weird reason. I don't know why. I think I got Mike Williams. I was thinking about Mike Williams being out for the year. I think Mike Evans and Keenan Allen have the same vibe for me. I don't know
Yeah.
why. They give me the same vibes. But you know what? With that positive momentum from the Chargers, with their key weapons back in position to make some sort of change, I will give it to the Chargers here as well.
All right, and that'll just about do it for our latest episode of the Underqualified Knucklehead Sports Podcast.
Now, Zach, where can we find you?
Ah.
And what do you want to plug? This is your
Nice.
10-second plug availability.
10-second, good God.
15-second plug
there
ability.
goes 5. You can find me pretty much anywhere. Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Did you not get that, Siri?
And that's
I
Siri.
can
Sorry,
repeat
they
that.
didn't hear that. Yeah.
You can get me on Twitter, Instagram. I do have Snapchat, but please don't follow me on Snapchat.
Shout out your Instagram and Twitter.
Oh God, I don't even know the name of it. Just
Look it
look
up.
up. Just look up Zach Carter.
Look up Zach Carter.
Yeah, just look up Zach Carter.
That's not a generic name at all.
I'll link it in the show notes down below, folks.
Thank you.
Yes.
Also, fellow DN reporter Adam Altabella and I do a podcast called Capturing the County. It's about Delaware County high school sports.
Far
Just
better
look
than
that one.
Sideline Watchers. That sounds way
Yeah,
better.
it
Capturing
is.
the county.
Yeah, capturing the county. That's it.
Are
yeah.
you capturing everyone in the county and like putting them into bags? and
Yeah, I just capture them all and putting results. So, yeah,
capturing. If you're in Delaware County,
we are capturing.
He's going to
the
capture
county.
you.
We're going to capture you. We are on Twitter and Spotify. But yeah, we try and do 35-minute episodes. We don't keep them that long. But do stuff like that. And then, yeah, just find me at the DN. doing a lot of stuff. We have a fundraiser. We are fundraising right now for the Ball State Daily News. I'm surprised that Daniel didn't take the head of this, but
We can plug it if you want. Go to
I'd plug it.
crowdfunding.bsu.edu and look up Daily News Travel Fund.
Yes.
Our fund number is 4908.
And
Awesome.
if we get to a certain point, if we get to 3,000, I'll eat a blended lunch, and
We're
he
gonna
will get a
blend
DN tattoo.
Wait,
So-
5,000 is the DN tattoo.
Oh, I thought it was
Oh,
four.
5.
thought it
I
was
mean,
four.
it's whatever our max goal is. Every time we do fundraising, I ask
Well,
to do it.
And I also would like to plug something as well. If you just want to send me money for whatever I want to do, please Venmo me at Newmandy1863. NEWMANDY 1863. Venmo me whatever amount of money you would like, and I will do nothing in return. Thank you.
That's fair. All right. Thank you for joining us. And always remember, take the bus to work.
Take the bus to work, have a fire in your gut, and we'll see you next week at the right time in the next couple of days.
Tuesday at 2 p.m.
Tuesday at 2.